Because you never quite know. Because it says it started, but there's still no image. So it hasn't actually started yet.
I'll bet you there's audio going on.
Nope. Not until it refreshes and restarts the time. All right. For the first time in a long time, I didn't think a package was actually going to be delivered. I don't think I've ever had so many calls with FedEx as this package.
It's been an adventure.
It has been. Laura and I have spent a lot of time on the phone with FedEx. This package has gone missing.
When was it supposed to arrive?
November 20th.
Because it is the Cozmick Creations, dun dun dun.
Advent calendar.
Advent calendar.
And it's not like I've spent 4 years or anything going, Laura, you know what we should do? We should do an Advent calendar. Laura, you know what we should do? We should do an Advent calendar. And the year we finally do an Advent calendar, the year I don't buy anybody else's watercolor Advent calendar, the year we don't get a chocolate Advent calendar because I'm getting a paint Advent calendar finally from a brand that I have curated the Advent calendar with for everyone, is the year mine doesn't show up.
But it's here now.
But it's here now.
It arrived on the porch, what, 10 minutes ago?
About that. Person from FedEx called, I'd say like 2 o'clock this afternoon and went, we think it's not on the right truck. We think it's left where it's supposed to be and been scanned onto the wrong truck, heading in the wrong direction, going to a different city. And I went, that tracks for this package.
But it's here now.
But it's here. Oh wow. I'm gonna guess some of these have not been released yet. Anything wrapped, I'm gonna guess, is testers.
So just focus on the Advent calendar.
Let's focus on the Advent calendar because
I'm going to take this away.
we'll see what the wrap stuff is. The wrap stuff should all be things in the shop.
Later.
But the stunning Advent calendar. I love the Advent calendar. I love the sticker of the Advent calendar.
It's a little hummingbird.
It is a hummingbird. So it's Laura's hummingbird art. And then she was very clear about what font she wanted and the holly berries. And so I spent some time like figuring out how to sort of blur this bottom nest into the background, which was a fun Procreate adventure. I might need you to put these back in order so I don't vomit.
All right. Well, you know, it's good. Do you want them in order? Do
you mind?
No, I don't mind.
I can take them all out.
Well, don't. 1, 2, 3. All right. How does she distinguish between, oh, this is definitely, I want to say that's 6. Oh, no, it's not. It's 9.
Yeah.
This
Color.
is 6. She's alternating with colors. Yeah. Oh, Laura's clever.
7.
8. Okay, 9. So I have been watching streams of people opening Advent calendars just to help get me more in the Christmas mood.
I've been watching all my friends open this calendar and being really happy about the colors and going, I'm glad you're really happy with the colors.
I'm sad because I don't have my calendar. 15,
there was just a certain amount of irony in it.
So this could be controversial. Some Advent calendars, I'm used to the traditional Advent calendars that are 24 days. But a lot of companies have started doing 25-day calendars.
I know. And some companies are doing...
So that you have something to open on Christmas Day.
Yeah. This tin just happened to perfectly fit 24 half pans.
Well, I applaud that. It's
and I do have somewhere in the pile of tins we put away earlier is actually back in, I think, maybe February. I got my first prototype of this tin.
Really?
I got her, I think I found a tin that fits 24 colors. Let me know how you like it.
Oh, excellent.
And so I've known what the tin was going to be for a number of months. I've had one and I quite like it. I've sort of been test driving it. So I had a plan to do a whole bunch of opening videos, which I'm still going to go back and I think I'm going to backdate them. But I also, because I had sort of given up on this arriving, I didn't cut swatch cards. I have no swatch cards cut. So we are going to just swatch on regular watercolor paper, black and white.
So how can you do individual unveilings if you're going to open them now?
So I'm going to do more produced videos for later days.
Okay.
But for the days that have already happened,
You're just going to go
I'm
ahead.
just going to go ahead. Are you having fun looking through the box?
Well, okay, you got your advent calendar. So here, I won't show people any of the names, but look, there's a whole other box of things. So I get my little box to play with, and I'm not going, no spoilers, but so
I
far.
like how you're acting like she doesn't sometimes send two of things so that you don't get your things to play with. Have there been any doubles so far of things you get to play with?
Well, so far there are 3 ghosts.
Ooh.
2 very shimmery silvers. I think they're both 925s. I think one of them's for me.
I think one of them's for you, and I think one of them's to restock because I finished my pan on Christmas
And
cards.
925 is so appropriate for a silver.
It is what I used on, it's actually the only silver I used on Christmas cards this year.
So for anyone who doesn't know, if you're out shopping or thrift shopping and you find anything that's silver and there's a hallmark that says 925, it means that it is the highest quality of silver used in jewelry.
Ooh. Oh, lovely. So they're labeled Advent and then they're labeled the day, which I adore.
Oh.
Advent and then 1. Which I think...
Does it have a name though?
No.
Gold.
There were a lot of colors to name. So no, we didn't... Not everything...
There are some crazy ink color names you could just
There are
steal.
some crazy ink color names. I need to... I need to start stealing ink color names.
That looks like Age of Arum. That looks like Royal Rhubarb.
Don't start stealing names from Ferris Wheel Press.
I won't.
So... It is really cool to see a set that I've been talking about with her for... I think I brought it up for the first time in... I think I brought it up with within my first year of working with Laura. I went, someday you should do this. People really like these.
Oh, advent calendars are wonderful.
Advent calendars are wonderful. And they're so much fun. And there's something, especially if you're an artist, there's something really fun about opening a paint advent calendar every day. And I've done other brands before.
Yeah.
But this year we went with all shimmers.
Oh, really?
And so every paint you're opening is a shimmer. So if you have no shimmers in your palette, by the end of the 24 days, you've got a fairly well-rounded shimmer palette, which is fun. How many do I get to open?
Today's the 9th.
Today's the 9th. Cool.
They do look like little chocolates.
They do.
Now, does Cozmick Creations do these as a limited edition?
Yep.
Or does she take pre-orders?
No,
and...
so they were available. They were available starting the second week of November.
Okay.
so that everyone's arrived before Christmas other than mine. And they like look, oh.
Are you happy?
I'm really happy.
You look like the Cheshire Cat.
So it was such a different process than the other collections I've done with Laura over the years. Like the Morning Meadows palette, I formulated all the colors on this desk, and then she had to reformulate them in the studio based on scans of swatches I sent to her.
Oh, interesting.
Whereas for this was her taking pictures of paints and going, and swatches and going, what do you think? What order should we put them in? Like all that sort of stuff. And
well, this was absolutely the right decision, these first three, because suddenly you can do.
Yeah. And it was very much like I wanted both Laura and I wanted a collection where people could pick it up if they didn't have a huge shimmer palette, but also could use them for cards, like use them for all. I just dropped a pan. Got it. Yeah.
Is that 9?
No, that's a new liquid silver chrome that is only available in this collection. Everything in this collection was only available in these sets.
So all exclusives.
They were all exclusive to this set, and they are all exceptionally fun. But there is something.
This
I know.
Look at that.
Like I was 19 when I said to Laura, I think you should do this someday.
Really?
And at 24, it's sitting on my desk. And that is proof of what working with a brand for such a long time.
Well, it's trust.
Yeah.
The two of you building up trust with each other, and Laura's paints have always been
Like look,
really beautiful.
like those. Yes, we've got
Her
two
formulations,
reds,
but they're really different.
very different reds.
Oh, and here comes.
You've got another green, but it's a very poppy, bright,
Yeah.
punchy green. So that if you're doing something like a dark Christmas tree and you want to put those accents on it, you can. Like there was so much.
No, it's brilliant. They're really wonderful.
There was so much thought that went into every color choice. And I can't believe they're on my desk. Because 19-year-old me is freaking out. And 24-year-old me is just happy FedEx figured out its shit.
Hush. With the Canada Post strike,
I know.
I'm pretty sure FedEx has their hands full.
They've got their hands so full.
And you just have to cut them some slack. Look at this silver.
Yeah.
That's really something.
Look at that rose gold girl.
Yes.
I don't know where my white.
So do you know if these, like these three are hold on.
I can't see what the colors are. I have no idea what they are.
So this is affectionately known as
Number one.
It is so. It reminds me of Golden Gratitude, your Golden Gratitude pen. It is that sparkly.
We wanted it to be a set of shimmers that anyone could pick up and use on Christmas cards. And to do that, you have to have, we might have needed to sit for a little longer. You need to have those punchy glitters and punchy shimmers. This one's taking a little bit longer to activate, but sometimes that happens. They're also really cold. I did not wait for them to warm up. They're probably still partially frozen. So I've been asking Laura to do a white for 2 years. There's not a white in the core line of shimmers for the brand. But sometimes you need a good white snow color. And so it became day 4 of the Advent calendar.
It's like a very deep bronzy brown. Well, number 6 is beautiful. So it reminds me of the blue in your Navaler Horizons pen.
The liquid chrome.
Oh, wow. It looks like molten metal. How does she do that?
Because we've done a lot of R&D for this palette.
That's amazing. All right, try this one. Number 8.
Number 8.
I would say number 8, if Santa's suit was glittery, that's kind of the red of number 8.
Yep. And then number 9.
There you go.
There we go.
All right. Are you going to swatch them out on white?
Oh, I shouldn't I? Can you grab a piece of the mini Legion paper, just so that I'm not using? It's in the. There's a.
Okay.
The
Any particular?
white,
I'll just
not
grab
warm
the
white.
box.
Actually, never mind. I have medium watercolor paper next to me. I have medium watercolor paper right here. I just don't want to use a big sheet of white.
Okay.
All right. Here's our piece of white, 100% cotton, which is not what I tend to use shimmers on. I layer shimmers on 100% cotton,
Okay.
but they absorb quite quickly on 100% cotton.
Is that a bad thing?
No, it just, sometimes they get streakier.
Okay. I'm just curious to see
Yeah.
what they look like.
So no, it's not a bad thing. They just sometimes don't, the water absorbs more quickly than the paint sort of spreads out and gets flat like the gold did. I think that might be my new favorite gold that we've ever made.
It is.
And we've done a
Really
lot of fun
something.
golds over the years. This one sort of reminds me of a darker version of Vamp or True Blood, which are...
I'm pretty sure I have a lipstick that color.
I'm fairly sure I have a lipstick that color too. Oh.
Not quite clean enough.
Yeah.
Got a little muddy.
Got a little bit of red in it.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
With the green.
Like it's just the paper absorbs over another paint. It works fairly well, but like
When you're just laying it down.
it sometimes absorbs a bit too fast. Which is like
Now the white might not show up.
The white's not going to show up at all.
It's invisible.
But also, that's a sign of a very good white. The fact that on camera, you really can't see it.
It's very, very...
Yeah, is the sign of a very good shimmer white. I have lots of colors that look white until you look at them on camera. And then they look far less white. That very Naveler Glacier. Yeah, just it absorbs more quickly.
Yeah.
All right, silver chrome.
It almost looks like you've spilled mercury on the page.
Yeah. That's actually the perfect definition for like how it looks and what. And it's going to dry. Like you can see like if you're just looking at it.
I can see the way this is dried.
Like, but also if you're just looking at it, like it looks like it's sort of like popping and bubbling.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such. I adore working with chromes like that, and I use them on the Christmas cards. They're fun colors to use.
Guess it's a little pinkier than Santa's suit, but it's
still a nice. I liked the gold shimmer to it.
Mm-hmm.
Which normally is not my thing in watercolor paints. I've gotten rid of a lot of shimmers over the years that sort of do that gold thing on black. But any of the ones we chose for this palette didn't do that effect a bunch. So there we go. They're the first 9 days. So it was all about choosing colors that you could use by themselves,
mm-hmm.
but were also useful if you were doing Christmas cards or other pieces.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
And thank goodness it's finally here.
Yeah, it's had quite the adventure.
It has.
It's had quite the adventure. All right, you were asking a question about stuff in the box, and I don't actually know what's in the box. Some of it might be restocks for what's in my palette.
So, this is the 925.
That's 925. And I've got...
That's petal.
Ooh! That's shimmery petal. I don't have shimmery petal yet.
And this...
It's got...
I know that it starts with a K.
I assume it's kelp. But I might be wrong. So Laura does sell them in the shop. The complete shimmer palette was this year's advent calendar, and it's currently sold out. But Laura does offer curated sets for sale on Etsy, and there is a 15% off non-affiliate code in the description of most of my videos. Oh, no, it's kiwi.
It's kiwi. And then there are 3 ghosts.
There are 3 ghosts.
Midnight Cream.
Midnight Cream. Don't have that one yet.
think that's plum almost.
That's Plum Ghost.
Plum Ghost. Hello. Snowball.
All new, other than 925. I guess I should grab my pan of 925.
And then these ones are these. There's
That's new.
Nightshade,
Here, you read color names, and I'm going to go grab a...
Clover Blossom,
I've got... Do I have Clover Blossom? I think I've got Clover Blossom.
Brambleberry, sounds like a cocktail, Juniper,
Yeah, I've got Clover Blossom.
Firefly,
Don't have Firefly.
Arnica.
Don't have Arnica.
Oh, she's done a burnt sienna.
Oh, sweet. I'd asked her if she would.
There you go. Well, burnt sienna is a good standard.
Which is, you know, how Laura and my relationship works. Would you please?
Consider.
Yeah. All right, so Clover Blossom, 925.
Okay.
Unless I unwrap Clover Blossom and it's a shimmer, in which case all bets are off.
Are you opening and swatching the rest of these?
Yeah, but I'm just gonna swatch them like this.
Okay.
Because again, I don't have swatch cards.
Unless you want me to hang out, I'm gonna bolt and maybe get some more stuff done.
Okay.
Well, 'tis the season.
Perk of FedEx losing a package for some time.
Oh
I think
no.
this one got a bit beat up in mail, which is unsurprising. The box is beat up. So, luckily though, it's watercolor and everything can be melted back into the pan.
Yeah, it's an easy fix. Okay, miss, I'm gonna let you keep going.
Alright. I'm gonna ditch your mic in the box. I know where the box is. Haha. Alright, Juniper is up next. Ooh, PG-26 is Juniper. Mom?
Excellent.
Yeah. Then we have Firefly. I have a feeling Clover Blossom's a matte. And I already have it. Oh no, Firefly's a shimmer, so maybe Clover Blossom isn't a matte. I'm also realizing I just put the palette back together. And so this is gonna be fun. Putting everything back in. PY, it's a PY40. I do love a good PY40. Nightshade. You're either going to be a dark purple or a dark blue. Dark blue or purple. I can't actually tell, but you should granulate, as should you. Clover Blossom, which I think I've already got. And if I do already have it, it will just go in my pile of pans to refill my palette at a later date. Yep, I do already have it. So it will go in my palette to refill my pans. or when I need a refill. I've got one. That's... And then Brambleberry. I think this is a granulating color. Something in my head is saying it's granulating color, but it might be a shimmer. Nope, it's a granulating color. Oh, that's going to be fun. Just looking at the pigment numbers, that's going to be fun. All right, paper. Grab 2 sheets. Staple this quickly. And we have these super fun shimmers. We're gonna group those together. I want to do 925 and the ghosts. I'm gonna do those 4. All right. Well, the advent calendar was quite a lot of fun, so I have a feeling these will be quite a lot of fun as I make a mess. All right, let's label this page. So some of these are not new. So 925 is not new. Snowball is new. Right. 925. So this is a chrome, but like the particles are slightly larger than the one that went in the Christmas set. And it actually looks way less silver, shockingly, on black than it does normally compared to that other silver. Then we have Snowball. Honestly, I have no idea what color this is going to swatch out as. It's a ghost. So if I had to guess, based on just the reflection in the pan, I think it's going to be very... Oh, all right. It's very greeny gold. I would have gone for slightly more blue. Plum Ghost. I do enjoy a good ghost. There's something super fun about them, especially because they really don't look like anything on white paper. And then you throw them on black, and they look like that. This is Midnight Dream. Oh, this is a dark purple ghost. Really happy if it is. It is. Oh, that's super fun. Oh, and it color shifts. It goes from blue to purple. That's super fun. Then we have Petal, which is a pink chrome. We have Kiwi, which has overflowed its pan, which I think is a chrome with a glitter, but I might be wrong. Might have to ask Laura. But I also don't know that it's in the shop. It also needed to sit with water for longer. There are some glitter pigments that just take longer to activate than others, and I think Kiwi is one of those. They could have just used a little bit longer sitting with some water on it. It is super pretty though, and fun. And then we have Firefly. Oop, Petal is spreading into Midnight Dreams rapidly. And normally I'd care, but because these aren't the actual swatch cards, I don't. Oh, that's very pretty. I don't use orange all that often, but I think that's going to be one of my new favorite oranges. All right. So there are our non-Advent calendar shimmers, which I think are absolutely stunning. And then let's grab this, turn these around. That one absorbed all its water. So that. Can we not be normal? Oh, what are you? Brambleberry. Bright sienna. All right, switching brushes and switching water. Because I use separate water for my paints and separate brushes for shimmers and mattes. We're only going to swatch these on one color. And in this case, I'm actually using too much water because I want to see what that granulation's like. I think I know what it's gonna. Oh my gosh. This is the purple I want as a fountain pen ink. Oh, Yes. Laura and I've spent a lot of time talking over the years about purple paints. I'm picky, she's picky. I already have Clover Blossom in my palette. This is actually the pan for my palette. I like it. I use it quite a lot in mixing. And it's super fun. It granulates a little bit. I wouldn't call it like a really granulating color, but it is not unfun to use. And because I'm not using expensive paper, I have no issue with doing what I'm about to do, which is let's figure out all the fun pigments that are in these paints. So I have the pigment list for these colors. But even with the pigment list, you don't always know how something's going to granulate. Sometimes stuff surprises you. Even me, sometimes I'm surprised by how something granulates on a page. And so let's just see how those sort of develop out. This is just a straight PG 26, which I quite enjoy as a green. As straight greens go, it's one of my preferred greens. So I'm quite happy to have it. It's also another one of those greens that is just like stunningly beautiful. Then we have PY40, which I think I asked for. It's one of those yellows that I feel like I use all the time, and up until now, Laura hasn't offered it as a paint, or up until recently. It's one of those pigments that I wanted in her formulation. And then burnt sienna. Nightshade and brambleberry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Those are nice and moody.
Yeah.
Well done, Laura.
Yeah. So there we go. That's a fun Cosmic Creations package. I finally got my advent calendar. We got some new mats. We got some new shimmers. I now have many more days of the advent calendar to open. And if I get around to cutting swatch cards, there will be aesthetically pleasing swatching videos. But I had to cut the swatch cards first. So hopefully that happens tonight. And there will be swatching videos in the coming days. But as always, thanks so much for watching. I will leave a link to Laura's shop below. I do have a non-affiliate discount code for her shop if you do decide to pick anything up. I believe it saves you 15% on anything. But thanks so much for watching and have a good day.